On Earth, there exists a distinct group of individuals with extraordinary abilities. These individuals possess a unique capacity to see or perceive things beyond the reach of the average person. They are commonly referred to as seers or the prophetic. The surprising part is that this group of unique individuals often appears very ordinary. In fact, you might even be one of them without knowing it. In today's video, I will reveal 5 signs that you might be a seer. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 1, you are highly visual. Seers often possess a strong sense of intuition that guides them in predicting future outcomes. If you've ever had a sense of knowing something was going to happen before it did, you might have the gift of a seer. For instance, you might have a vivid mental image of something about to occur, and then it happens. You could be thinking about someone, and suddenly your phone rings, and it's the person you were just thinking about. You might even tell them, "I was just thinking about you." Another scenario could be that you're about to travel and suddenly have a flashing image of the car being involved in an accident. Shortly after, you receive news that the car was indeed involved in an accident. This indicates that your spirit is highly sensitive, allowing you to perceive things not visible to the ordinary eye. The book of Daniel, chapter 7, tells us, "For the visions of my mind trouble me." As you spend more time with God, you will become more mature in interpreting these images. Number 2, high level of sensitivity. Seers possess a very high level of sensitivity to both people and their environment. For instance, you might enter a new place and suddenly feel very uncomfortable. Even though you can't pinpoint the exact reason, you have a sense that something is wrong. In such situations, you might feel compelled to pray immediately upon arrival because you discern that something is off. Similarly, you might receive an invitation to someone's house, but as soon as you step inside, your spirit feels restless, even if you can't explicitly identify the cause. This sensitivity is not just limited to physical places, it can also manifest when encountering certain people. There are certain people with whom, no matter how much they try to build a close relationship with you, your spirit simply does not get along. It's not that you hate them, but there's a deep feeling of heaviness and restlessness when you are in their presence. There might also be instances where someone invites you to go somewhere, and initially, you agree to join them. But suddenly, you feel an intense restlessness in your spirit, leading you to decline the invitation. In such cases, if you follow your instincts and choose not to proceed, you often discover that something negative might have occurred if you had gone. This is why, sometimes, when you decide to go ahead despite your initial reluctance, something bad ends up happening, and you think to yourself, "I wish I hadn't gone in the first place." It is essential to trust and honor the inner promptings of the Holy Spirit, as they can protect and guide you on your journey. Number 3, unexplained knowledge. One perfect indication that you might be operating in the gift of a seer or have a prophetic gift is if you frequently possess a strong sense of knowing about certain things without being told. For example, someone might have done something to you in your absence, and you just instinctively know who did it without being told. There might even be times when someone is thinking something bad about you, and you just know it. Even if they pretend to like you, your spirit tells you that these people are not to be trusted. These are not coincidences, this is known as the discernment of spirits. Jesus displayed remarkable mastery of this ability. The Bible contains numerous instances where Jesus perceived the thoughts of those around him, even without them uttering a word. For example, Mark 2 verse 8 says, "Immediately Jesus, aware in his spirit that they were reasoning that way within themselves, said to them, 'Why are you reasoning about these things in your hearts?'" Luke 6 verse 8 also tells us, "But he knew what they were thinking, and he said to the man with the withered hand, 'Get up and come forward.'" Notice how Jesus frequently received revelations about people's thoughts even without them saying anything. This kind of knowledge isn't born out of suspicion. It can help you avoid trouble by discerning through the Spirit of God whether those around you are genuine or false. Number 4. Prophetic dreams. Another clear sign that you are a seer is that you experience a lot of prophetic dreams. Seers often receive divine messages from God through their dreams and visions. These dreams will contain clear and detailed information about future events that will eventually come to pass. You may find that you frequently have dreams that manifest in reality. Sometimes, in a single night, you might have multiple dreams, each carrying its own message. This is not a common occurrence for everyone, but rather a gift bestowed upon specific individuals. It is important to understand that these dreams are not merely for entertainment. When God reveals something through a dream, it is for a purpose: to warn, to guide, to bring about change, or to minimize the impact of certain events. God shows you these things because He desires to redeem the situation. Acts 2 verse 17 declares, "In the last days I will pour out my Spirit on all flesh. Your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams." Number 5. Strong burden for prayer or intercession. As you mature in your spiritual journey, you will come to realize that when God reveals something to you, it is because you are either part of the problem or part of the solution. There are times when you might wake up and find yourself thinking about someone, prompting you to pray for them. Your spirit will continue to feel restless until you intercede on their behalf. Once you have prayed for them, you will experience a sense of peace and calmness in your spirit. This is because sometimes God requires your prayers to intervene in people's lives when they are unable or unavailable to pray for themselves. The gift of prophecy often carries with it a burden for prayer and fasting. This is evident in the example of the prophet Daniel, who fasted and prayed for 21 days, leading to angelic visions and an understanding of future events. It's important to note that while every seer is an intercessor, not every intercessor is a seer. Your inclination towards prayer is a result of understanding that when God reveals something to you, it is for the purpose of redemption. You have to recognize that God's purpose in revealing things to you is to bring about transformation and change. Your prayers play a vital role in partnering with God's work of intercession, whether it is for individuals, situations, or even nations. By embracing your role as an intercessor, you align yourself with God's redemptive plans and actively participate in bringing about His purposes. As you continue to grow in your gift, allow the Holy Spirit to guide and lead you in prayer, interceding for others, and playing your part in God's unfolding plan. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. If you love our videos, please feel free to subscribe to our channel.